This is the captured British who assisted the Tibetan army forward and his radio. By the end of October 1950, Lhasa had disintegrated into complete chaos. The Tibetan army's defeat in the battle over Chapdo shocked the upper classes. Many officials called for the end of Dagdag's regency. Since Tenzing Gyatso was too young to take over the reins of leadership, they would have to consult the angel oracle on the matter. The indication from the angel was that the 16-year-old Dalai Lama Tenzing Gyatso should lead. Dalai Lama began his political career then.
서버 실리다. 실을 사살해서. 이슈를 서방아 죽뒤게 님이 뜻들라 구자 더 중국 교만다 쓰는 교만 쳐야만. 대칭 선제 캠부터 좀 배촌 소스. 님이 어느 정도 소리 대체버서. 다 맞게 그러면 주요톤의 계지치기.
After this decision, the young Dalai Lama moved quietly to the border town of Yadong and brought with him massive amounts of the Kasha government's treasure. Dalai at that time was wavering. What he cared about the most were his life, his status, and his power. Yadong is a small town in the Himalayan valley. It was conveniently located at a pass to India. The politically wavering Dalai Lama wanted to pause in such a position. In the meantime, the United States on the other side of the globe was set on combating communism at all costs. It began an anti-communism war on the Korean peninsula. It also began to focus its attention on Tibet. Although officials of the Truman administration knew that Chinese sovereignty over Tibet couldn't be immediately averted, they urged the American government to take prompt actions in laying the foundation for Tibet's separation from the Chinese central government. On December 30th, 1950, the U.S. State Department sent a memoir to the British ambassador to the U.S., expressing clearly the change of policies by the Truman government towards the status of Tibet. The chapter governor, Kalong Napad Nawan Jikme, was appointed by the Dalai Lama as the chief plenipotentiary. The other four representatives were Kemi Sonamwandu, Thupten Denda, Thupten Lagmon, and Samtan Zing Dondab. Both of the negotiating sides laid out their drafts. On all important issues, the two sides eventually resolved their differences. These included driving the imperial invasion forces out of Tibet, the entry of PLA for military defense, Tibet's racial and regional autonomy, the unchanged political system of Tibet, and the authority of the Dalai Lama and the Panchen Lama, and the guarantee of religious freedom. The signing of the 17 agreements resolved many problems between the Chinese central government and the local Tibetan government. The status of Tibet became clear and stable. Ever eager to stir trouble in the People's Republic of China, the Truman government was concerned. Between March and August of 1951, the American ambassador to India, Henderson, sent at least 3 letters and even more messages to the Dalai Lama to persuade him to deny the 17 agreements, go into exile, and organize resistance movements. The American government offered financial support and even military aid. In case the letters would fall into the hands of others and embarrass the U.S., none of the letters was dated, addressed, or signed. Meanwhile, a British reporter was convinced that he had seen American military supplies shipped into Tibet. This temple, constructed on a little hill in the Yadang Valley, was the quarters for the Dalai Lama. It was also a place for meetings where the senior monks debated whether the Dalai Lama should go into exile or return to Lhasa. Most of the officials did not want to leave Tibet, nor did they believe in foreign aid. A senior monk even said, "I have lived abroad. I know how hard it is when there's no one willing to help you." The American letters did not persuade the Dalai Lama. He decided to return to Lhasa and ordered Da Xiaokang's son to greet the representative from the central government, Mr. Zhang Jingwu, at Fort Kalong. Mr. Zhang Jingwu was going to Yadang via India to meet the Dalai Lama.